Greetings, YouTube tribe, and welcome back to my channel, Queen Tasha TV. Happy Earth Day to everyone who is watching this on April 22nd, 2021. Today is Earth Day, so in honor of Earth Day, I wanted to do a video about my tips, tricks, and hacks on how you can be zero waste on the road. Let's get into it. Greetings, I'm Queen Tasha and welcome to my channel, Queen Tasha TV, where I share my very unique and alternative lifestyle from RV life and travel adventures to DIYs, how-tos, healthy living, and sustainability. I want to put a young black face to alternative living and inspire those watching that it's okay to be different and live your own best life. Please subscribe and join me each week on my journey to live fearlessly free. I just want to share some small habit changes, tips, tricks, hacks that you can do while living on the road, in an RV, in a van, how we can contribute to this lifestyle being part of a zero waste life, but also what we can do on the road to make the planet a better place. My number one tip is to first refuse and reduce your use of plastic water bottles and plastic trash bags. Those are two of the biggest culprits within the RV community for waste. You're gonna see a lot of this at like campgrounds and BLM land. You see a lot of water bottles everywhere. So the biggest thing that you can do is change your habit in consuming water bottles and plastic bags. So the biggest way to do this is to get you a 5-gallon water jug and refill it. You at your Publix, Walmarts usually have the refill centers. Sometimes you'll see those single refill water mills, as they call them, and they have different names where you can just go refill the bottle, but it's usually under $2, and you can refill that jug and then refill your cups and bottles versus having a water bottle. That is the best way to reduce your water bottle consumption, because I know you still want water and I know you want it to be portable, but the best way for it to be portable is to use your own bottle. Bring your own bottle, use your own bottle. Also, refusing and reducing your use in plastic bags. I know a lot of us RVers and travelers like to use plastic bags for trash, and I'll get into that tip later, but those plastic bags are very, very wasteful. They don't decompose. They trap the waste inside so that when it gets to the landfill, it can't decompose. When you go to the grocery store, you can ask for paper bags. Paper bags are a better way to transport your items and to reuse later on for trash or for composting reasons. If you have a compost toilet, it's great to dump it in there. It will continue to decompose as it goes to the landfill. If you're just dumping it into the trash, you put it in a paper bag, it's better for that decomposing process. You can also use paper bags for a lot of things, but they are usually always available at most stores, including Walmart. You just have to ask for them. So switch to paper bags instead of getting plastic bags. I know some travelers like to use them to go to the bathroom in. Same thing you can do with paper bags. You can even buy, paper bags. We used to buy paper bags to put lunch in once upon a time, depending on how old you are. So my next tip is for how to reuse things. That is another tier in the hierarchy of waste, is to reuse as much as you can. So for some of us, we use a lot of public bathrooms, and when we go to wash our hands, if there's not a little dryer situation, there's paper towel. And we gotta dry our hands, but we're using a single-use paper item. That's why it's better to use the dryer, but if you must consume that, reuse it. So all you're doing is drying your wet hands. It doesn't really get dirty, and even if it does, that's okay. Let the paper towel dry out and store it in a container. I have mine in a plastic bag that I recycled, and I have it under my sink, and it just has a bunch of reused, like from me wetting my hands or people giving me too many. Comes along, I can scoop up the mess, dump it in the trash. So that's one tip or hack that I have for people that live on the road, especially van life people, because I know you guys use way more public bathrooms than us RV life people. But when you go to the bathroom, instead of taking that paper towel and then putting it in the trash and it's only wet from your hands drying, take that with you out to your vehicle, have a little storage place that you put it and save it, and I guarantee you will have a reason to reuse it for a real mess in order for it to be disposable at that point. So that is my tip on how to reuse things. So my next tip is on how to recycle while you are on the road. So in my zero waste video, I did mention that you can recycle at like Whole Foods. Different grocery stores have places where you can do recycle, but usually it's for plastic, it's for glass or metal. It's very rare that it's for paper trash or for like napkins and paper plates and things like that. So, and we know that for some of us who are on the road, we use paper plates. You know, it's just easier for cleanup when after you cook. It's less dishes, so you're not using water that for dishes that you could be using for other things like showers. So when you have those paper products that come from your Amazon boxes, your paper plates, paper packaging from your groceries, keep that in a separate area and you can burn that for fire. If you're in an area where you can have fires, or even if you go to like a picnic area at a beach or at a park or something like that, and they have either a fire pit or a grill, you can burn that trash. You know, just keep it contained, be responsible about burning, be responsible with your fires, please. We all like to enjoy nature without forest fires. But that's one way to recycle it, so it doesn't have to go to that place, and then you don't have to put it in the trash. Now obviously if you put it in the trash, it's gonna go to the landfill, and depending on what is mixed with that paper, it may or may not decompose. The best way to recycle it is to burn it yourself, and I've done this myself, and it's great for your kindling, for your fires, you know, trying to get your fire started, but it's also a way to get rid of that waste without sending it anywhere. So that is my tip for recycling. So this is not something part of the hierarchy of zero waste, but one thing that I add to that is to replenish. And for my tip for replenishing is a very common known phrase amongst campers, which is leave it better than you found it. And I have recently started adopting that into my habits as I'm camping out in nature, or I'm camping out by the beach, or I'm just anywhere and I see a bunch of trash. I have a claw thing that you can pick up from the Dollar Tree, and you can use that to pick up trash and put in your trash that you're gonna take out. So here's an example of that. You pull up to, you know, your BLM land, and you're like, you found your perfect spot, and you get there and it's just like, why do not, there are people that do not understand or follow this unspoken rule, which is leave it better than you found it, or pack in, pack out. You brought it, take it with you. Some people don't follow that rule, so you'll get there and you might see some trash there. So you're gonna be taking trash anyway. You can clean it up then, and that way you can have a nice space, or wait till you're getting ready to leave and just go around and clean up that campsite with what other people did. It helps with the planet. It helps with us being able to use the land for free and keeping it nice. So, you know, that is a habit that you can do. It doesn't cost you any money. Just pick up some trash. I'm not saying go clean up the beach or go clean up the desert, but you get to your site, the stretch and range of your site and your campsite and what you would use in your area. If there's trash already there, go ahead and pick it up. Take it with you. Make the place a better place, and the universe will thank you. So that is my tip for replenishing so that we can all camp nice. So also another one that I have incorporated is replace. This could be like reuse or reinvest, but replace would be, my tip would be, try and replace one single-use paper product that you use, not including paper paste, but I'm talking about your towels and things, your napkins, toilet paper, paper towels, face wipes, any of those things that get one use and then you chuck it. It's made from paper, it's made from trees that were cut down to make it. Try to take one of those things and replace it with a towel. I have a towel for everything. I have towels for my kitchen use. I have towels that I just use to like clean up when I'm cleaning up the house. I have towels for that I replace as toilet paper that I use to wipe myself. I have towels that are washcloths that I just use to wipe my face. I have hand towels that I use to dry my face or dry my hands. I have little mini baby wipes that you can get like for like a 5-pack at the Dollar Tree. I use, not baby wipes, but baby washcloths, and I have like 3 or 4 packs of those, and I use those to take off my makeup. I make my own makeup remover. I pump it onto that thing, wipe it off, and it's very nice and very soothe. That's why the baby washcloths are the best for this. For all of my campers out there, to reduce your trash, if you're able to burn your paper trash, awesome. But if you are not, it's best to start replacing some of those things with a towel. I have a towel for everything, and so I just encourage you to replace 1 or 2 things that you use that is a single-use paper towel and such with a actual towel. And that will help a lot. It's habit changes that we need to make. So that is my tip for replacing. So remember how I told you before, you should be reducing and refusing plastic bags as much as possible. But you're like, well, what am I supposed to put my trash in? I need to be able to dump my trash. You don't need a bag for your trash. I use a bucket that you can, a $2 to $5 bucket that you get from Home Depot, Walmart. It's a 5-gallon bucket. You can get smaller, you can get a 2-gallon. The trick to this is separating your live trash from your dry trash. And the reason why you want a bag is because, you know, it's yucky. There's, you know, food scraps and other packaging that are in the trash, and you don't want to touch it and you don't want it to smell and all that stuff. So the first hack is to separate your trash. I have a bin, small little bin you can get from the Dollar Tree that has a lid. I recommend getting something that is not clear. This is, mine is kind of gross because you can see the food scraps in there, but it's just me in here. I may change it at some point, but it's a plastic container and I'm getting use out of it. So that's where I put my food scraps. That's your live trash. That's what is why you want to have a bag, so you don't have to touch or that stuff be dripping and all that stuff. So having a separate place for that is great in so many reasons. You can compost that, reuse that in so many different ways. You can, and I talk about this in my zero waste video from before, that you can either, if you have access to an actual compost, you could dump it in there. If you're out in nature, dig yourself a hole. You can put it right into the earth. If there's a bush, you can put it there. There's a lot of animals that will come and feed and eat from that. Animals eat food scraps like they like it. Don't put it too close to your campground, your camp spot, because you don't want them to come too close. But if you walk out, you can put it into a bush. If you're out in nature, don't put it at the bush, you know, at Walmart. You know, and you can, yeah, and you can feed it to, you know, animals like chickens love this, cows, almost any animal loves food scraps. But you can also just throw it away, but put it in that paper bag that I was telling you about. Get you some paper bags. Trader Joe's always gives you paper bags, and you can get paper bags every time you go grocery shopping. You can dump your compost right into that bag when it's ready to dump, and that way you have that lid on there. It's keeping the smell contained. You're keeping it separate from your dry trash. Your dry trash is mostly packaging from your grocery items. One other hack that I'll add on to this to help reduce the amount of dry trash that you take with you, especially if you're about to go out to a campground or camp anywhere where you don't want to really have to pack out too much stuff, which is your packaging from your trash. Try to unpack as much stuff at the grocery store. Separate into piles. And a lot of grocery stores, especially if you shop at Walmart or Publix or, you know, most Whole Foods, all these grocery stores have trash in their parking lot or right at the building, and they have recycle somewhere close to the door. You can go ahead and dump all that trash there, and then you'll have a limited amount that you'll have once you do. You can't unpack everything. You're not going to unbag the chips and put it in the thing. But if you have some produce, take it out of the produce little bag if it's already prepackaged. Refusing plastic bags is also, don't wrap your produce in plastic bags and bring it with you. They don't need a suitcase to come with you on your trip from the grocery store into your van or into your RV. You don't need a plastic bag. So I have produce bags, but I just single use carry my stuff out. It just goes in the bag. Like, it's coming right from there to here. In most cases, it's not going, you know, taking a trip somewhere far. It's going right from the grocery store into your RV or van, and then into its respective places, refrigerator or cabinets and stuff like that. So it doesn't need a plastic bag. Leave your trash with them and make it their responsibility instead of yours. They're the ones providing all this packaging, so try to unbox and unbag as many things that make sense so that you don't have as much trash in your dry trash can. So yes, the two hacks there in that one is separating your live trash from your dry trash so that you don't need a plastic bag or any type of trash bag to do your trash, and then also try to leave as much packaging at the store once you buy your food. Bring it into here, unpackage as much as you can, and then leave it with them. That way you don't have to put it into your trash and bring it with you. So that's one of my little hacks on the road as well. Well, that's all for my zero waste hacks, tips, and tricks for living life zero waste on the road. I hope that you got some helpful information and that will encourage you and inspire you to live a more eco-friendly life and be better to the planet, be a better human overall on this planet, and we can all protect the earth as the mighty earthlings that we are. But that's all for me. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Earth Day to everyone out there who loves Mother Earth. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Peace and blessings. I'm out.
If you enjoyed the new logo and intro, this video is sponsored by Satchel Designs. She is an amazing Black-owned graphic designer who provides an amazing brand creation from logos, motion graphics, YouTube banners, and so much more. Please check her out and let her know I sent you. Her info is in the description below.